Summer League just tipped off, and the 2026 rookie class has already broken 2 records in 2 nights. But here's the part that has everyone talking. The player who set the biggest record of them all, the most points ever scored in a Las Vegas Summer League debut, still walked off the floor a loser. A rookie went nuclear, made history, and it didn't even win him the game. Today, the standouts and the biggest takeaways from Summer League so far, starting with the most shocking performance of the bunch. Let's break it down. Here's the plan. First, the record-breaking debut that stunned everyone and why it didn't matter. Then, the duel at the very top of the draft, 1 versus 2, that ended a long rivalry. Then, the standouts nobody drafted to be standouts, the second round steals. And the duos lighting it up. Then, the one big takeaway from all of it. Stats are from the league, the read is mine, and keep this in your head the whole time. This is the class that was supposed to be special. So far, it is delivering. This is Game is Culture. Quick thing before we dig in, if you like the standouts broken down with real numbers and real quotes, not just highlights, subscribe. It's free and it helps a ton. And stick around because the most shocking stat line of the whole week came in a loss. And the reason why tells you everything about this kid. Now, the shock. First, the shock, a record-breaking debut. Caleb Wilson, the number 4 overall pick in his very first Summer League game, dropped 35 points. Not just 35 on 12 of 21 shooting, with 7 made threes on 11 attempts, plus 5 rebounds and 3 blocks. Read that line again, a 4 pick in game 1, shooting the lights out from deep and protecting the rim. According to the league, that is the most points anyone has ever scored in a Las Vegas Summer League debut, a record. In his first game. And it wasn't empty scoring in a blowout. Wilson was ice cold clutch. He hit back-to-back threes in the final 9 seconds, including a buzzer beater, to drag his team all the way back to a 1-point game. So a rookie sets the all-time debut scoring record, hits a buzzer beater, and does it as the 4th pick, not the number 1. This is exactly the kind of night that makes a franchise dream. And then the final buzzer sounded. And here's what makes this kid different. After setting the record in the loss, this is what he said. Quote, "The scoring record is cool, but somebody else is going to break it one day, and it doesn't change the fact that we didn't get the win." End quote. A rookie just made history and immediately waved it off because his team lost. That is a mentality you cannot teach. Remember that quote because it's the whole story. So who beat him? The man who beat him is the number 3 pick, Cameron Boozer, and while Wilson chased the record, Boozer just quietly won the game. 23 points on 12 shots, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and an early steal and slam right on Wilson to set the tone. His Grizzlies won it, 97-96. No record, no fireworks, just a complete winning performance. Oh, and one more thing, Cameron Boozer is 18 years old. So put the two side by side because this is the debate the whole league is having. Wilson won the box score. Boozer won the scoreboard. One set a scoring record and lost. The other filled the stat sheet and won. And there's a backstory that makes it even better. These two won an AAU championship together as teammates. And now they're rivals. Same night, same stage. Two totally different definitions of a great debut. Which one would you rather have? And if you need to know how good Boozer looked, listen to his own teammate, a fellow pro, talk about him after the game. Quote, "I can't believe he's 18. I'm glad he's on my team." End quote. When grown professionals are shocked that you're still a teenager, you're doing something special. That is the kind of reaction that turns a good prospect into a phenomenon. Now, the duel at the very top. One night earlier, the two players picked 1st and 2nd overall went head-to-head, and it was must-see. The number 1 pick, AJ Dybantsa, scored 27 points with 7 rebounds and led his Wizards past the number 2 pick, Darryn Peterson, and the Jazz. And that 27, per the league, tied Blake Griffin's record for the most points by a number 1 pick in a Las Vegas debut. 2 nights, 2 all-time debut records. But the story was even deeper than that. Because this was the 4th time these two had faced off in 2.5 years, going back to high school, and Peterson had won the first 3. This was the first time Dybantsa got the better of him. And here's how the number 1 pick put it afterward. Quote, "He got the best of me 3 times, so I just wanted to come out on top." End quote. That's not Summer League filler. That's a rivalry we're going to be watching for the next 15 years. Zoom out and look at just how loaded the top of these box scores has been. Wilson at 35, then a cluster right behind him. The number 1 pick, Dybantsa at 27. A second round pick I'll get to at 27. Peterson at 24, and Boozer at 23. Picks 1, 2, 3, and 4 all cleared 23 points in their debuts. That basically never happens. The very top of this draft did not need a minute to adjust. They arrived. The takeaway nobody saw coming. The lottery picks were supposed to shine. The shock is who joined them. Bruce Thornton, the very first pick of the second round at number 31, dropped 27 points. Bryce Hopkins, the 49th pick, went for 24 on 9 of 13 shooting with 3 steals and 2 blocks. Malik Thomas, pick 34, put up 20 points with 0 turnovers. These are guys teams got in the bargain bin, playing like first rounders. When your second round is this good, the whole class gets deeper, and that is how you find steals that swing a franchise. And it hasn't just been solo acts, it's been duos. In Brooklyn, Egor Dëmin and Mikel Brown Jr. each dropped 20 points as the Nets blew the doors off the Knicks by 26. In Washington, Dybantsa and Trey Johnson combined for 53, and the league is already saying that backcourt looks scary. And in maybe the most fun subplot, Golden State's Yaxel Lendeborg went for 21, 10, and 6 against Morez Johnson Jr., a guy he won a national title with in college, now a rival. Summer League is where these pairings are born. So the big question, this was billed for years as a special draft class. Is it living up to the hype? On my dial, through the first few days, it is blowing past it. 2 all-time debut records in 2 nights, the top 4 picks all scoring in bunches, and second-round picks playing like lottery talent. I can't remember the last time a class announced itself this loudly, this fast. This is not a solid start, this is a statement. But let me pump the brakes, because I have to be honest, this is still Summer League. The samples are tiny, the defense is loose, and every July, there's a legend who never translates to October. So don't crown anybody yet. A record-breaking debut is a headline, not a career. The right way to read this is simple. The top of this class passed its very first test with flying colors, and the real exam starts when the regular season tips off. Promising, not proven. That's the honest read. So that's the Summer League so far. A number 4 pick who broke the all-time debut record and lost. An 18-year-old who just won instead. A number 1 pick who finally beat his rival. And a class that is announcing itself louder than any in recent memory. So tell me, who shocked you the most? The record setter who came up short, or the winner who's still a teenager? Drop it below. And we are so close to 2,000 subs, so subscribe to stay up to date.